Moving on to question number 2. Determine the pH of the product reaction between 80 ml of 0.4 molar HNO3 and 50 ml of 0.8 molar KOH. So same drill like the previous question. What you need to do is that you need to find out what is your reactant. So in this case, you have two reactant, which is the HNO3 and your KOH. Right. So same goes. This is like acid and base. So this one should be acid and this one should be base. So the product might be H2O because this is a neutralization process. So you already taken the H from HNO3 and the OH from KOH. So the other product shall be right. So KNO3. So this is your product. Alright. And then what else from the question that you have the information? So it states that for the HNO3, the volume is 80 ml and the molarity is 0.4. So what you can do is you need to find the number of mole. So molarity is equivalent to mole over liter. So we are going to divide into 2. So molarity equivalent to mole over liter. Right. So the first one is HNO3. You have molarity of 0.4. So the number of mole is what you want to find. And the volume is 80 ml, so 80 divided by 1000. So here the other one is KOH, the molarity is 0.8. Number of mole is the one that you want to calculate, and the volume is 50 ml, so divided by 1000. So from here you will get your mole equivalent to 0.032 mole of HNO3. So this is the first one, and the other one you will get the number of mole is equivalent to 0.04 mole of KOH. Right. Okay. So from here, you need to also calculate the total volume. So the total volume is equivalent to 0.08 plus this one, right? Plus this one, 0.05. So you should get the total volume is 0.13 liter. This is the total volume. Right. So same drill. If you look at this reaction, okay, so for each mole, 1 mole of HNO3 will react with 1 mole KOH. Okay, so now you have 0.032 mole of HNO3. So supposedly you should have 0.03 mole, 0.032 mole of KOH. Okay. So and then you need to compare. You have more KOH here. It means that this one is the limiting reagent. So you have excess KOH. So how much excess KOH do you have? So excess KOH it's equivalent to 0.04 minus 0.032, which will be equivalent to 8 times 10 to the power of negative 3 mole. So this is the excess. So you should be able to predict already when the excess is KOH. It means that this one shall be base, right? So base, it must have bigger pH. So now you already have the number of moles, so you need to calculate the molarity, equivalent to mole over liter. So the number of mole, the excess one, is 8 times 10 to the power of negative 3. The volume must be the total volume, which is 0.13. So you should get your molarity of excess KOH equivalent to 0.0615 molar of KOH. Right. But this is not end yet, because in the question you were asked to determine the pH of the product. So what is the pH of the product shall be, right? So since that is basic, so we need to calculate the pOH before we can get the value of pH. Okay, now we already have calculated the molarity. So the molarity of the excess KOH is equivalent to 0.0615 mole. Okay, so from here, because you know that this is KOH, it's base, right? So you need to calculate the pOH. So pOH, because this one is OH, is negative log OH minus. And your KOH is a strong base, so the concentration of KOH supposedly is equivalent to the concentration of the OH minus. So you get negative log 0.0615. So you should get your pOH equivalent to 1.2112. So this is pOH. But remember, in the question you were asked to calculate the pH of the product, the pH, not the pOH. So pH plus pOH is equivalent to 14. So since you know the pOH, so you can get the pH equivalent to 14. Bring this here, minus pOH equivalent to 14 minus 1.2112. So you should get your pH equivalent to 12.7888. So this is your final answer.